you walk into a let's play a hypothetical role situation. You walk into a gym and you've been in, and we'll talk basketball, lacrosse, soccer. What you've been around many sports. What does a championship sideline look like at practice? The kids that aren't in a game or aren't in the drill, aren't in the sometimes they're staring at their stick in lacrosse or they're not making eye contact with the coach. But what's the championship? Paint that avatar again of what our expectations should be, our standard of excellence. What should that be at a practice?
Right before I address that, I do want to say what you just talked about the difference between winning and process. And I am absolutely in the process camp. I think it's kind of neat that as we're doing this call and the 49ers are getting ready to play, and their legendary coach, Bill Walsh, even wrote a book called The Scoreboard Takes Care of Itself. And that by definition means you've established the North Star, which is to have the most points at the end of the game and to win championships. We all know that. That is a given. That is the ante for sitting at the table. Once you've established that, then you put everything in to the process. And what are the things that we need to do habitually and consistently to increase the chance that the winning will take care of itself? And a massive pillar to that is what you just said, which is practice. I'm also a big believer in the how you do anything is how you do everything. Championship caliber teams have championship caliber practices. They don't just magically show up on if football on Sundays or, basketball on Tuesdays and Fridays and just hope that they play well. They design their practices with intention, and they expect a level of excellence during practice that's on par with the same level of excellence they would expect when the lights come on and the cheerleaders start dancing. When we actually look at practice, a few things come to mind, and I love the direction you're going with all these questions. One is an incredibly high level of energy and enthusiasm, and this is for every single person on the team, regardless of your role. We have smaller teams like basketball where there's usually 15 players, all the way up to football teams, which can carry a roster of 80 or 90 players. But every single player shows up with a great attitude, ready to give a great effort and to fulfill their role on the team, no matter what that role may be, to the best of their ability. If you happen to be the backup point guard, then you show up to practice taking pride in and embracing the fact you are the backup point guard. You still try to compete and to earn a starting position, but you're also there to push the starting point guard so that they continue to develop and get better. So that's how the entire team improves. I think one of the most impressive positions in all of sports, and I'll just say this since we're all watching football this evening, is the backup quarterback. The level of preparation that the backup quarterback has to have is equal to that of the starting quarterback. And yet there's a very good chance they won't even take a single snap, but they have to be just as prepared mentally and physically that if the starting quarterback goes out, that they can step in and seamlessly carry the team to victory. So imagine having to prepare with the same level of focus and detail as the starting quarterback. And mathematically, the chance of you even getting in is very slim. I have so much respect and admiration for someone that can fulfill that type of role. So energy, enthusiasm jump out. I know I mentioned it before, but role clarity, starring in the role that you've been given while during the unseen hours working to potentially expand your role. If you're a sixth man on the basketball team and you'd like to be a starter, the first thing you have to do is accept being the sixth man, take pride in being the sixth man, and fulfill that to the best of your ability. But then you can certainly come in and around and before and after practice to work on the things that you need to increase the chance that you would be able to earn starting minutes at some point. So really a more succinct way, I know that was a lot to answer your question, is championship practices are really an offshoot and a spoke off of the wheel of a championship game. High energy, high focus, everybody doing their job to the best of their ability, and they do that consistently.